The football world reached a standstill when Manchester City confirmed that they had reached an agreement with Borussia Dortmund for the signing of Erling Haaland. The chaos on Twitter, Facebook was a remarkable sight. With a reported transfer fee of £51 million, everyone is asking the same question. Is Haaland the miracle Man City has been waiting for? Join us today as we delve into the world of football to find out why Haaland will shoot Man City to the next level in the coming seasons. Before we kick off, please make sure to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button for more amazing content. Now, let's get back to our investigations about this machine called Erling Haaland. We all knew that the Norwegian nightmare from Borussia Dortmund was going somewhere, but we didn't know where. Manchester City have a history of bottling some big transfers, including some legendary ones for Messi and even Ronaldo at one point, so there were some doubts about whether Erling Haaland would find a place in Man City's team, regardless of his interest in joining them. However, this time the club succeeded in their pursuit of the highly regarded player when Erling Haaland was finally released from Dortmund for a whopping £51 million. Although the fans had anticipated his arrival to Man City for a long time, Pep Guardiola had secured the expertise of Julian Alvarez just in case Haaland's deal didn't go through. Still, knowing the master strategist, you can be sure that he was certain of Haaland's arrival at some point. With young Haaland now being part of the Etihad, a new dimension has indeed been woven into the fabric of time. But what would that future be? Is Haaland the final ingredient to cook up the most beautiful story in the history of Manchester City? Let us know down in the comment section. Isn't it a miracle how well Manchester City has been playing without a recognised centre-forward? I mean, look at them, just playing great football, like they never had a key factor missing in the team. But even though they held their own against formidable opponents such as Chelsea and Liverpool, you can't help but think that the absence of a true centre-forward weighed them down at times. However, Pep Guardiola fully embraced his strikerless team by employing a false nine to patch his problem and encouraging many players to adapt to this position, most noticeably Phil Foden, who was most frequently used as a false nine. In contrast, midfielders like Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva had to work on ways to get the ball to finishers like Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus, and the extraordinary pace of these players made them a brute force against the defence of any opposition. Even when any of these great players took the position as the false nine, they still created and scored an impressive number of goals for their team. The downside, however, is that in the most crucial of games, when Man City cannot afford to make any mistakes, that is when a natural number 9 would have been decisive in leading the team to victory. This is because aside from the player poaching goals inside the box, he is also seen as a target and is immediately marked by the opposition, but that is when he can create the most space for his teammates. Who does this better than the natural centre-forward and freak of nature, Erling Haaland? If you're enjoying this video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that like button to help this channel grow. Now that we understand what this formidable Manchester City team lacks and who can solve that issue, let's talk about the play style of the football prodigy Erling Haaland. Watching Haaland on the field is just a beautiful sight. His fast pace and ability to run behind the opposition's defence gives everyone the right to argue that Erling Haaland has the power and speed to go toe-to-toe with any Premier League defender. The Norwegian nightmare loves to run in behind and score goals. This is the area that some fans and pundits think he will struggle with in his new club, since Manchester City depends a lot on heavy possession and the collective effort of the team to keep most of the ball during the game. What these people fail to understand is that Haaland is one of the best back-to-goal strikers in the world. This striker is not only able to apply his strength in holding and warding off defenders, but also being able to look for the best openings to advance his teammates closer to the goal. You could see that style of play with his partner in crime, Marco Reus, back in Dortmund, where the Norwegian player could pass the ball to Reus and release him into space during quick transitions. While Haaland spins the defender and surges forward, Reus drives up the pitch to create a chance for Haaland closer to the goal. Even though Manchester City isn't very keen on the catch and release like Dortmund, Haaland will excel. Manchester City have a very different approach in winning back possession and then passing about in their own half to frustrate the opposition team. This style of play is quite different from Haaland's previous club. Still, regardless of these differences, the exceptional back-to-goal ability and the raw physical attributes of this Spartan player will be a significant headache for Premier League defenders in the coming seasons. One point of criticism has been his pass completion rate. Don't get it wrong, Haaland's pass completion of 71.8% looks good in Dortmund, but by Manchester City standards, it's pretty poor and below par compared to other centre-forwards of other elite clubs in Europe. We can also attribute his pass completion percentage to the play style of his former club. The Norwegian striker was constantly under pressure when completing passes in his former club, so his pass completions are bound to improve for a more slow-paced team like Manchester City. Haaland also gives the team the height advantage they need to win headers and bully defenders until they cry to their managers. If you have suggestions on how you think the manager can use Haaland to get the best out of the team, kindly let us know in the comments section. The last thing we will talk about when it comes to the Norwegian superstar is his remarkable ability to score goals for fun. The striker scores all kinds of goals, from headers to his left or right foot to penalty kicks and even bicycle kicks. You can trust that this young striker will find the goal one way or another. With a total of 85 goals in 88 appearances for Borussia Dortmund, we can dare say that Erling Haaland is one of the finest players we have in the world right now. If we do the math, we can say that Haaland scores a goal every 90 minutes he plays. That's a tremendous ratio that can only be compared to the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, Benzema or Lewandowski. His 31.8% pressure success rate sets him amongst some of the best in the division regarding the forward pressing. After playing for several years in a high-tempo, high-possession team, it is very evident that Erling Haaland will undeniably be a nightmare for opposition defenders and shoot Manchester City to the next level. Erling Haaland's signing to Manchester City is a match made in heaven, and we all cannot wait to see his performance in the next Premier League season, but you can be rest assured that it'll be a good one. If you enjoyed this video, kindly smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future updates. Till next time.